In this video, I'm going to talk about how to solve a problem like the one shown on the screen. Find the values of distinct digits A, B, C, D such that A, B, C, D times 9 gives DCBA. In other words, A, B, C, D are digits from 0 to 9, and when you multiply the number of the form A, B, C, D by 9, the result is the reverse number DCBA. The first thing to notice here is that when you multiply A by 9, we are not getting a fifth digit, meaning that there is no carry when A is multiplied by 9. So let's see what are the possibilities for A that allow that. 9 times 0 will work, or 9 times 1 does not lead to a carry either. But if we come to 9 times 2, what's going to happen is we are going to get 18, which means there will definitely be a carry out and there will be a fifth digit here. In this case, that's not possible because we have been only given 4 digits in the result. So 9 times 2 or anything larger is not possible. The only possibilities for A are 0 or 1. Let's see now if 0 works. If A is 0, let's see what happens to D. Because the last operation here needs to satisfy D times 9 is A. The only value of D which can lead to D times 9 being 0 is also 0. Now this leads to a contradiction because D and A are both 0 in this case. And as the problem tells us, A and D are different distinct digits. So D being 0 is not possible, and that implies that A being 0 is also not possible. The only possibility left for A then is a 1. So let's write that down in a different color because we found the value of A. So A will be 1. Next, let's look at what happens with D. D is a result of multiplying 9 by 1, plus there could be some carry here from the previous operations. I'm going to call that K. So D will be 9 times 1 plus some carry K. Now again, if K has any value other than 0, let's say a 1 or larger, the result of this operation will be at least a 10. So the result of 9 times 1 plus K in that case would become a 2-digit number. What that would mean again is that there's going to be an overflow leading to a fifth digit if K is 1 or more. So what that implies is, since there's no fifth digit in the output, K is 0. Which implies that D will be 9 times 1 plus 0, which is 9. So we found the second digit. D has to be 9. Let's look at finding B next. Let's see what happens when we multiply 9 by b. There could be some carry in here. I'm going to call that q, the carry in. And then as we saw, there is no carry out here. We already established that k is a 0. So c is resulting from 9 times b plus q, which is a carry in. As we already saw, this operation is not leading to any carry out. K is a 0. So let's see what values of b will lead to a carry out of 0. Could be 9 times 1, b is a 1, or 9 times 0. No other values of b can satisfy no carry out because 9 times 2 is 18, which is already producing a carry of 1. So any other values of b larger than 2 will also lead to a non-zero carry out. But 1 for b again leads to a contradiction because that means that b is the same as a. Both are 1. And the problem tells us that a and b are distinct digits. So this is a contradiction. So b cannot be a 1. The only possibility for b is a 0. So let's write that down. We found b. B has to be 0. Let's look at c next. For c, let's start with the multiplication of the bottom digits here. 9 times 9 is 81. So there will be a carry out of 8 here. Let's do the next digit now. 9 times c plus 8. We know this leads to a bottom digit of 0 and a carry out of q. Which values of c can lead to a bottom digit of 0 from this operation? 9 times c has to end in a 2 such that 2 plus 8 will then gives a 0 at the bottom. If we look at the multiplication table of 9, the only possibility which gives a 2 as the bottom digit is 8. 9 times 8 is 72. For c, if we plug in 8, we'll get 9 times 8 plus 8, 72 plus 8, which is 80. So the bottom digit is 0 and q is in 8. Now if we look at this column here with q equal to 8, we will get 8 plus 0 is 8, which is what we got for c. So this also checks out. As a final step, let's verify that our calculation checks out. A was a 1, 0, 8, 9. That's the solution we came up with. Let's multiply that by 9. 9 times 9 is an 81. 9 times 8 is 72 plus 8 is 80. 9 times 0 is a 0 plus 8 is an 8. 9 times 1 is a 9. So indeed the digits of 1089 get reversed when we multiply it by 9, and our answer is correct.